Welcome to Super Simple PowerPoint 2016 for beginners. I'm Mark, your instructor, and I'm really pleased to have you on board. You might be wondering whether this is the right course for you, so let's see. I designed this course for you if you're an absolute beginner. If you want to get from where you are now to having a really good, nice presentation using the shortest, straightest path possible, learning what you need to know rather than all the stuff that maybe might be nice to know, then this course is for you. This course is not for you if you are already comfortable with this version of PowerPoint. If you are pretty good with a previous version of PowerPoint from 2007 onwards, that's when they introduced the ribbons, that's the big change. Or if you are looking for a really technical deep dive into every feature of PowerPoint, if that's you, then maybe this would be a good time to stop, get a refund on your money, and then maybe find a more appropriate course for what you want to achieve. Something else you may be wondering is what we're going to cover in this course. We're going to start off right at the beginning, okay? So I'm going to double check that you understand what a left click is, a double left click, a triple left click, a click and drag, right clicking on your mouse. I'm going to make sure you understand what all those things are. We'll make sure you understand about what the ribbon is across the top. That's really important because that's how you'll do most of your stuff in PowerPoint. We're going to look at launching PowerPoint from scratch, just absolutely pressing the start button, launching it from there, opening it up, having a look around that screen that you've got. We're then going to start a blank PowerPoint presentation. Add a default slide. We'll add a certain type of slide so you can look at the different types of kind of templates that are available. We'll add some titles, add text, images. We'll add a basic pie chart. I'll show you how to edit that. Add some shapes to that. Let's see what else. We're going to look at the transitions between the slides, the animations for the images that you're going to be putting onto your slides. We'll look at how you set your language for your spelling, how you do your spell check, how you do your presentation, how you actually present it, the different views that you can look at, how you format your text, how to emphasize different words, and towards the end we'll wrap up with you having a nice, professional looking but simple presentation that you know how to save, you know how to find. We'll talk about how you get help. And the way we're going to do this is I will show you how to do something. You'll read about how to do it as well. And then you will go off and then you'll do this exercise, okay? So whatever I've just shown you, you'll do the exercise next. And then whatever you've seen on the screen, you may have seen me add a photograph of a camper van with a title, and maybe I've added an animation where that kind of fades nicely into view as you click your mouse. You will then, in your exercise, you'll do that exact same thing. You'll get your presentation to the same point. Okay, so exactly to where it was. And if you have any trouble doing that, you can just ask the questions in the lesson, or hop over to the Facebook group and ask questions there. Make sure you can do what we've covered. Then you move on to the next lesson, and then maybe I'm adding a pie chart. And then in your exercise, you go through the steps and you add a pie chart to your presentation, and you get it to the same point. Okay, so you're not just sitting there just watching and reading, and we test you all the way as you go along, and then you know whether you've taken it in or not. And if you're struggling a little bit, you just go back, redo the lesson, re-watch the videos, read the notes, look at the downloadable manual, or get in touch and I'll just clarify those points for you. Another thing to consider is, am I the right instructor for you? Okay, this is important because you're going to invest some time and money into this course, and there's certain things you want to get out of it, and you have to kind of get on with me. I know that we're not meeting face to face, but it's going to feel a bit like that. You're going to hear my voice a lot. You're going to read my notes in the way that I write them. When you're asking questions, it'll be me answering them. Now, I don't use a team. I don't use a virtual assistant. I haven't got like a big backup team answering the questions. If you ask a question, it'll be me. So we kind of have to get on in a way. Now, a couple of things about me. I got my first computer in about 1998, and I remember looking at some of the applications on there and just not even knowing where to start. Okay, that's not a very nice place to be. So sometimes you just need somebody just to tell you, click here, click there. This is what you do. This is why you're doing it, and then just get you to practice those points. That's the type of trainer I am. I'm quite conversational in the way that I train. Another thing is, I'm not a trainer by accident. Okay, I started off in a technical role, but then realised that I missed people. So that was like in a cubicle at Cisco doing technical support on wireless networks or something. It was a while ago. I realised I missed people, so I went back to college, became got a training qualification, a mentoring qualification, and here I am now. So I'm not here by accident. I'm a trainer because it suits my character. And that's important for you to know, because if you don't get something, I believe it's because I haven't explained it properly, because my notes don't explain it, because maybe I skim over it, maybe I've taken something for granted, maybe I didn't cover the groundwork properly. Okay, so if you don't get something, you got to tell me. Okay, and I don't mind updating a lesson, explaining something. Maybe I need to add a complete new lesson. Okay, and you know what? If you don't get something and you ask me and I cover it a different way and you still don't get it, ask me again. Ask me again, ask me again. Okay, it's my job to make sure that you understand this. Okay, you know, and you'd be doing other people a service as well, because if you don't get it, I bet someone else doesn't get it, and it just takes one person, hopefully you, to come up and say, look, Mark, you didn't do a great job here. You need to explain this better. Or actually, Mark, you know what, the course is great, but maybe you could have just added this topic. Okay, and that's absolutely fine. You tell me, and I'll get that done. Okay, finally, you may be wondering whether this course is going to be a bit boring, okay, because you're going to spend some time on a computer using software, and I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, okay, and not everybody really likes it maybe as much as I do or other people do. You might be the kind of person that just needs to get from here to here as short as possible. So you think, how boring is this going to be? Is it going to be a real trauma to go through this? And I honestly don't think it will. I don't think you're going to have time to be bored, because, and I think I've mentioned this before, you're going to read the lesson, okay, and that's supported with screenshots, so you can see step by step what you're going to do, and while you're reading that, you'll be thinking about how that works for you and how you're going to do it. You'll then watch a video, and I'll show you how to do that. And you know at the end of every section there's an exercise, so you're going to be paying attention to make sure you can do that exercise. Okay, so hopefully the way that I engage you like that, and the fact that you're achieving something, and although we're using PowerPoint and software is just software, right? I've tried to make it our sample topic that we're using, designing camper vans. So I've tried to make it a little bit more light-hearted and not quite as dry as maybe some topics you might have to go through. So will you find it boring? I hope not. And actually, if you do, and halfway through the course you think this is not for me, just get a refund, come out of the course, get yourself a refund. If I don't give you what you want and what you need and it doesn't work for you, then I don't want your money. Okay, so I reckon, I don't think you'll be bored, but if you are, I apologise, get your money back, okay? Okay, so what now? It's time to get started. Read the lessons, watch the videos, do the exercises. At the end of each section, if you've got a question, just ask it. Now, the way you go about doing that is up to you. There's a couple of ways I like. Maybe I'll just give myself an hour a day to learn a new topic, and however far I get, I stop. Alternatively, if I can be a bit more flexible with my time, I will say, okay, I'm going to do section 1 Monday, section 2 Tuesday, section 3 Wednesday, and I'll do it that way. And that way, maybe I'll do half an hour one day, an hour and a half the next. I personally like that because it means that you're not rushing through it. You haven't got a time deadline. And at the end of each section, you've done your exercise. You can then reflect a little bit and just make sure that you really get it. If you need to, you can go back over it, or you can ask those questions that you might want to ask. So, one thing for you to do now, get started. I'll see you soon.